button. Okay, how about that? Can y'all hear me now? I'm going to keep talking and you let me know when you can hear me. We should have sound now because according to my end, the volume is working. So, Jennifer, if you can't see me, you might need to refresh because I'm seeing it. Still no sound, Marlene? Okay, I'm going to keep talking because you know there's a bit of a lag. So, okay, Marlene says she hears me. Yes, yay! Okay, let me start over, y'all. Technical difficulties always reign, right? And that was actually user error because I forgot to turn the mic on. Oh, hey, Margaret. Welcome from Australia. Down under. Welcome in. I'm so glad you could make it today. So it's probably, what, a 16-hour difference, I believe. So you're probably early morning or I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, Jennifer said she can hear me now, so we are good to go. I'm going to make a little bit of adjustment on my camera up here. Okay, I think that'll be good. I'm going to move my mouse out of the way so I got a clear thing here. Yes, happy Friday, Phyllis. I'm so glad today's Friday. Y'all know why I look forward to Friday? Yes, I go live on Friday and I get to chat with all of you. But Friday's my one day I don't have to cook. Well, I usually don't cook over the weekend because I cook breakfast, but normally for supper we grab something. And Friday evenings especially, because after cooking all week, when Friday comes, that's the one day I don't have to go in the kitchen. I don't have to make my husband's lunch and breakfast or anything, put coffee on for the next day. So I'm kind of free to, oh, I did turn my watch on. Okay. I'm kind of free to do nothing. And sometimes nothing can be good, right? Well, since I have, and Randy, welcome in. You can hear me. Good. I hope you finished up with your appointments and was able to be here. What I'm doing today is actually a tribute to Randy. Y'all have been seeing her little pinwheel card. So I asked her last night, because believe it or not, up until last night, I had not gotten anything ready for today. I spent most of yesterday going through the new catalog because us demonstrators get to view it. Yesterday they actually turned it loose. So was it yesterday or day before yesterday? We were able to view it. So I went and pulled all of my stamps that are retiring and pulled all the ones that are going to be in the annual catalog, and I put everything behind me. No, that's not the new stuff because I haven't been able to order the new stuff yet. So by doing all of that, I had not had a chance to do or prepare for my live today. So last night it was probably, I was getting ready to go to bed and I asked Randy, I said, Randy, would you be offended if I did your little pinwheel? And she said, no, not at all. So I'm dedicating this to Randy today. I'm gonna flip y'all down to the craft table because that's how we can get started. So here we go. All right. This little pinwheel, Randy has just been going crazy with this pinwheel, and it is a cute way to do a pinwheel because it's a little bit different. Mine looks like it's trying to come apart. I might need to put a little glue right there. This one I didn't emboss. I got some other ones that I did emboss, but I'm gonna show y'all from scratch how to make this. I'm also gonna show you, if you want to make your squares a different size, how to determine or calculate what size backers you need. And you'll need 2 of these backers. But let's go ahead and I'm gonna do the first one and I'll show you what I used. I used this little die that comes in the stylish shape dies, and it's the smallest one in your squares, and of course I've got it on this piece of paper. And if you notice here, I cut out quite a few in this paper here because we're going to do a card using this. This is what this was made by. And all I've done, and the reason I like this die, you can cut them without using a die. You can cut a 1-inch square and do the same thing, but it's not stitched, and this gives a really good effect of having that stitch look on your piece. So I'm going to show you real quick, at least I'm hoping it's going to be quick. I'm going to bring up my little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because we can use this one doing this particular card. I'm going to bring my plates in, and I'm scattering my plates like they tell us to do. Stagger, however you want to call it. It's just bringing one forward and one back, and it just makes things go in and out much easier. So I've already cut this one, and I'm going to take my little Post-it flag off, and there is a perfectly cut square. And I mean, you got a beautiful pattern on the back, but these dies, you really want to use whatever you want to put the die on the front of whatever side paper you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and cut 4 more of these. I was going to try to get these cut before I went live, but I didn't. My husband got home early from work today, and I was talking to him, and then he needed me to make a list for him, and he's going out to do a little shopping because he needs to drive one of the cars to make sure he doesn't get an error message on it again. For any of you that don't know, my husband is a car enthusiast, and he has a little Solstice. And if you don't know what that is, it's a Pontiac little 2-seater convertible. It's a cute little car. It's his toy. Well, going to work a couple weeks ago now, I believe it was a couple weeks ago, a deer ran out in front of him, actually 2, and tore the front end of that car all to pieces. Of course, we don't have collision on it. We only carry liability on that one because it's a 2008. A lot of times with the 2008, if you got insurance on it, they won't cover it anyway. They'll just total it. Well, it pretty much should be totaled, but he's not going to let that car go because it's his baby. And he is devastated, and he's been trying to get some prices on getting that fixed. So our other car, our red G8, has been incapacitated because it needs some work done on it, and it needed an inspection. So he's gone to get something done to it and hopefully get it ready so that we can have that spare car, because right now that puts me without a car. I mean, y'all know, anybody that knows me knows I'm usually pretty much home all the time, but for right now, even if I had a doctor's appointment or hairdresser's appointment or whatever, the dogs needed to go to the vet, these are the things that I do all the time, I wouldn't have a car, and that's just not good. So he took off a half a day to go take care of that. So anyway, he is going to try to get his car fixed if he can find somebody that will fix it. So it's out there in the garage with the front end tore up on it. He can't get the hood up because it's so smashed in. There's still deer hair on the vehicle. Did I already cut 4? I did. I'm talking and not paying attention. Look at me what I did. All right, I'm gonna grab some, what's that other color? I want pink, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with the pink. And this is the Blushing Bride that I'm gonna use. But I'm gonna take a piece of that, and I'm going to take my Blushing Bride ink. I'm using the splatters in the Irresistible Bloom stamp set, and I'm just going to splatter. I probably need a piece of grid paper under here, but you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to put some splatters along here. Vivian, welcome in. Jennifer Riel, I'm glad that you made it. And hello, Diane. Great to see you. And Vivian, I said Vivian. Jennifer said, and Vivian, and Vivian. I did welcome you, didn't I, Vivian? So I'm so glad y'all made it. We're having fun today. We're going to do some slimline cards with this pinwheel. And here's my little pinwheel. I hope you can see that. And what I'm going to, the reason I'm splattering this piece of paper is I'm just kind of making my own designer series paper by using some stamps on it. And always remember that if you don't have a pattern paper that will give you what you want, grab some stamps and make it. It's always a great way to do that. I'm going to lay these over here. We're going to put those together too. But I'm going to cut out 4 of these. And they go pretty fast. It doesn't take a long time to cut these, as you can see. I wish I had more than one die. These are the times you wish you had. Oh, I want to make an announcement. First of all, hear my pain. I was devastated when I found out that they are retiring the Stamparatus. So much so, and thank you, Marlene, for getting in touch with me yesterday. Marlene messaged me yesterday and asked me, were they coming out with another upgrade to the Stamparatus? And I said, no, not to my knowledge. And then after that, I thought, there's a reason that Marlene asked that question. So I went in and looked at the retired list, and sure enough, there is the Stamparatus, the magnets, the Imperial stamping pad that is accessory to it. I'm like, what are they thinking? And even the little grid paper, all on the retired list. Well, I have you know, I went into their, what used to be called the sandbox, and now they call it the suggestion box, which is what it is. And I just went in there and basically went off and like, why are you doing this? And then I followed it up with the email. Yeah, I want to know that too, Margie. I want to know why in the world would they get rid of the only stamping platform that we have. And y'all know, if you've used this or even watched me use it, it exceeds anything the Misty can do. Absolutely. I have the Misty. I have the small one and the large one. And this stamping platform is it's sort of like my die cut machine. It's the best I ever used. And I say that all the time about the die cut machine. My big one especially. I love that thing. I wouldn't take anything for that machine because it works good. My little one works good now. Now that they replaced it and I got one that is actually, you know, actually works for me. That other one, I'm thinking it was bad from the get-go, but y'all heard me say that before too. But the Stamparatus and the layering circle dies and the stitch rectangle dies, they're gone on the retired list. So if you want a Stamparatus, I'm here to tell you, now's the time to go get it. Because I even heard somebody say they were going to order 2 of them because they wanted to have the extra plates so that when they do multiple stampings, they would have all those different plates to be able to work with. Okay, we finally got these done, so I think we can put this up now. I've got my other ones cut. We're going to do 2 slimline cards today, and I want to show you how pretty I think this is going to be. I'm so excited. I'm going to do one with that blue that I showed you earlier, but I'm also going to do one using this pink and this green. And I'm going to show you. I glued this together because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I'm going to redo this card completely online for y'all. This is done with the Textured Chic Emboss Designer Series paper. I'm going to stamp across this banner with my sentiment. And then we're going to pop I think I want to go like that. We're going to pop a pinwheel up in the middle of it. Is that not gorgeous? Do you love that? I think it's stunning, but I'm going to remake this one so you can see exactly how to do it. And I've got one that I'm going to do in this color, which I'm going to show you what a slimline card. A slimline card is 8 and 8.5. So a piece of 8.5 paper by 7 inches, scored at 3.5, and that gives you and I use the thick basic white because you want a good sturdy card base. Now I'm putting layers on this because I'm one of those people that I love a card that has substance to it, that feels good in your hand. So I'm going to go ahead and, I wish they'd come out with some slimline embossing folders that was long enough to emboss a large piece. Now I know I could go in and emboss part of it and emboss the other half, but sometimes you don't always get it perfect in the middle. Probably could do it on this card since I'm going to put a pinwheel in the middle, but that's okay. I'm just going with this for right now. I'm layering that card up like that, and look how pretty those layers are. So let me show you, once you cut your layers, and all of these dimensions for the layers is going to be in the PDF tutorial, so just remember, hop over and get that. Let me show you. I am going to emboss this because I embossed this one, and look how pretty it is. See that embossing? So pretty. I'm going to grab a piece of, let's see if I got a piece over here. Nope. Let me, I'm going to dig in my scrap bin, and I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to bring out my trimmer. Let's push these over here to the side so we don't scatter them. I'll put that back over there. For this one, because we know that these are 1 inch, let me show you this before we start trimming. I want to take and measure one of these, and I believe, if I'm correct, they're 1 by 1, exactly 1 by 1. So when you are laying these down, they're going to lay like that, with just a tiny little bit of a border between them. Very, very little. But to calculate what you're going to need, 2 inches plus a quarter, because a quarter is going to give you enough to go around it where you have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So I'm going to cut this at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and you're going to need 2 of them. So that's how I calculate. So whatever size your square is, measure what your squares are and add a 1/4 of an inch. So 2 1/4. I think it's always good to give the math behind it so that if somebody else wants to do this, they can do it with no problem. They can always calculate exactly what they would need. So there's 2 1/4. No. Okay, Jennifer was asking me a question, so I'm sorry, I had to answer her. Yeah, she was asking me, could I ship international, and I can't. So I have to tell people that are from other countries that come in that I'm not, at this point, I'm not able to ship to y'all. Just like you can't purchase Stampin' Up! Products from me, you have to go to your own market area. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm taking this on my, and you can do this on any type of grid paper, but you see how this fits in perfect, and it's lined up top and bottom. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take a little bit of Stampin' Seal. You can use regular glue. In fact, well, glue holds better, but it makes it a little bit wet. I'm just going to put a piece in the middle like this of Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to take this piece, and you want to square it up over top of this. And you want it to be the same top and bottom, side to side. So I'm going to line it up right about there. And that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to pat that down so I make sure I got that adhered. Now this becomes one piece. And this is where the magic of this pinwheel happens, is with these two pieces. What you need to do is you need to start putting your pieces down, and I'm going to do the blue one first. I've got my blue pieces right here and my gray. So there's my 4 blue ones, and here's my 4 gray ones. And this is just the other side of that paper. See, it's one color on one side. You can take one 1-inch strip and make this card. So this is a great scrap buster, and I busted my scraps on this one because I have a bunch of scraps in this pack of paper. Look at all these strips that I've cut off, that I've got of different size scraps that I can pull in. Oh, I got a piece. Oh, that's the other side of one of them. I've got lots of scraps in here where I can do bukus of these cards, because it is any of these little quilting cards are great scrap busters, because you can grab your scraps out and just go to town with them. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start in one corner. So I like to lay it where I got to peek up, and I'm going to concentrate on this corner first, and I'm going to put this one down right here. just like that. Now what you want to do when you put this one down, only glue it on the right hand side. So I only put glue right on this edge, just a little bit right there, and I'm going to show you because this is crucial in putting this card together. You want to put just a tiny bit of glue right there, bring it in. I'm giving myself that tiny little border that I was talking about, and lay it down. Now just go ahead and press that down so that I know, but this side is the part you want to lift, because when you come all the way back around, you're going to need to lift this in order to get that last square up underneath it, and you'll see that in just a minute. Now what you want to do is turn it a quarter of a turn so that this corner is sticking up, or is showing up like the other one was. Then you take the other color and you're going to glue it down just like that. You're probably thinking that's probably not going to work. Believe me, it does work, and it's so cute when you get it done. So right here, paying attention to my little border. Now I'm going to turn it a quarter of a turn, and now I have this square. I'm going back to this color. Now you're putting glue on the whole thing. It's just that very first one that you put down that you want to be cautious of, where you just gluing it on that right corner, that right side. So I'm going to glue that one down right there. Give it a press, quarter turn. A gray one's going to go right here. So I'm going to put my glue on the back of this one and glue that down right here. I figured Randy was having so much fun making these, and she was posting them, and that's what prompted me to ask her if I could show y'all how to do this, because I figured she doesn't do the videos, and I have the equipment and the opportunity to do this, and I thought what a neat way for me to bring someone else's project. Now I had done one of these cards probably on my channel ages ago. It was probably way before I started Stampin' Up, but it's probably in there somewhere in my channel. But anyway, we got that one. Now we're going to turn it a quarter turn, and then we have that corner. We're going to go back to a gray one. And the only thing, as long as you just make sure you get to that next corner and alternate your colors, you can't mess this up. You cannot mess this up. Just like that. Turn it, quarter of a turn. Now you have that corner. Grab your last blue one and put your glue on it. And line it up right up there to that top corner. And oops, it moved on me. Thank goodness I got liquid glue. Let's pick that up and try that again. Okay. Now let's turn it to this one, and that's our last one. This is the one we didn't glue down all the way. Remember, I left that side up, and this is why. When you glue this one down to this corner, it has to tuck up underneath that one. So you want to leave that corner up so that you can get that one all the way down in there. So I'm going to put glue on this one. And then I'm going to tuck that down, lining it up with my edge right there. Get it right where I need it. And then I'm going to put glue under this one and press it down. Give it a good press. And there's your pinwheel. Now we can come back and we'll do that in a minute. I'm going to emboss this one. So let me get my pen back in my glue. And I am going to use that basic, the ones that's the online exclusives. It's a pack of 3 embossing folders. And this is the one that looks like it's got the little stars on it. And we're going to use that one. The good thing about this, it don't really matter when you put this in exactly where you get it. Just put it in the folder. And for these, of course, I have to bring up my big boy. So let's bring this up. And these are 3D embossing folders. So because it's a 3D, we only have to use a number 1 plate and a number 4 plate. So here's my number 1, my embossing folder, and then my number 4 plate. And I know this is tight for y'all to see, but it's all I'm doing is cranking it through my machine. I will keep everybody informed whatever I find out about the Stamparatus. I'm hoping that they get enough of feedback from demonstrators and customers alike over discontinuing it that they will decide to bring it back and maybe keep it in the online store, on the online exclusives. And there's that piece once you get it embossed. Isn't that pretty? And you might say, well, what about that middle? We're going to fix that. You can fix it in a variety of ways. Gems. I noticed Randy used a lot of buttons on hers, and buttons can be so cute. You can use something as simple as sequins. You can use something as easy as these opal rounds. I think the opal rounds look really pretty on this one. Let's see what else we got. I got these flat adhesive back pearls. These are pretty. They might be pretty because I think they look a little bit iridescent, even though it doesn't say they're iridescent. Let's try that. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to pull. I rolled out my putty, and I do that every time I turn my putty out. It always goes more than what I want it to. All right, and we're going to pop that right there in the middle. And look how that dresses it up, and you no longer see that seam or anything in the middle. It just makes it look very perfect. And it's probably a far cry from being perfect because, hey, I don't do perfect, y'all. Y'all know that. All right, so let's bring our card over, and I'm going to show you again how I'm going to do this one. All right, we're going to start out with this gray border, or this gray mat. And like I said, all the dimensions, this piece is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. But all these dimensions are on the, or will be on the PDF tutorial that will be on my blog. And if you ever have trouble getting my blog, please text me, email me, or whatever, and I'll make sure you can get a link to it. So we are going to put that down right about like that. Come on. Play good. Alright. I like to give it a good rub and make sure that glue is adhered. Sometimes I like to even go back over it with my bone folder. I always say it's me ironing out my glue, but you know, it really does help to smooth that glue out. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to put this mat down on top of that. And again, I'm just using some liquid glue to do this. I would probably use Stampin' Seal on this, but my Stampin' Seal's low. I wanted to use the last of it, but I didn't want to refill it online because it takes a minute to do that. So I just decided I'll use liquid glue. Y'all know I love liquid glue. Liquid glue's always been my friend. All right, and press that down really good. Go over it and iron it out. Now we are ready, and I know the difference between the two because I embossed this one and I didn't emboss this one. This one actually has little flaps where it's lifted up, and that's normal because you didn't glue those pieces down. They're the ones that was free hanging over those edges, so that's perfectly normal. I'm going to place this one down in the middle, but I want to run a piece of, I thought I had my strip. What did I do with my strip? I know I had it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I need to cut one. Cut another strip. Okay. I cut it off of this piece. I know I did. Maybe I cut it into something else, not realizing I was doing it. This piece is 8 1/2. We're going to cut a 1/2 inch off of this because we only need it to be 8. So I'm just going to bring it up like that. That way I don't have to bring my arm out. Cut that at 8, and I'm going to cut it to 1 inch. So I'm going to slice that down at 1 inch. something like that. And then I'm going to take this stamp that says hello, and let me grab a stamp block that will accommodate that little stamp. Yes, Jennifer? Thought Jennifer started to say something, but then she didn't. I don't know what happened. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to stamp all the way across this hello. So I'm going to grab my Night of Navy. And what I like to do anytime I'm stamping something across, I like to start in the middle. So I'm going to line this up about like that, and I'm going to stamp that hello right in the middle, right here. And then I'm going to stamp on this side, and then on this side, and then back over here, and back over here, and then right there, and right here. I wanted it to look like it was running off the paper. That's the reason I did it like that. Now we're not going to see the middle part of it because we're going to put this on it, but I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. So let me grab some dimensionals, and I'm just going to put maybe about 5 across here. And now what I want to do is I want to make sure that I get this kind of in the center. So again, I'm going to line this up on my mat, and I'm going to look at my dimensions here. That's 1, 2, 3.5. So I know about there it's going to be halfway. So I'm going to eyeball right in the middle of that, and I'm going to sit that down just like that. Now for this one, I only need a dimensional at the top and the bottom because the rest of it's going to sit on top of those hellos. So I'm going to put a dimensional here and here. So one right there and one right there. And then I'm going to put glue across the center of it. Oh, okay, Randy. I'll see you later, honey. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we're going to put this down right about there. Just like that. All right, and there is our pinwheel card, and it's a different twist on it with it being a slimline. I think this is really cute. For the inside, I want to put down another mat, but I haven't done that yet. But this is what I want to stamp on the inside. I know your real age. Good thing we're friends. Happy birthday. I think this would make a really cute, and if we have time at the end, I will put the mats in here. I didn't take time to cut them because like I told you, I was running way behind today. So let me wipe my tip off and get my pen back in my glue, and then we'll go ahead and get the other card ready. So I'm going to clean that stamp because y'all know me. I'm a stickler for cleaning my stamps. Can't stand a dirty stamp. Let's go ahead and clean this one too while we're at it because it was dirty. Love, love, love my Stampin' Scrub. I'm glad they didn't discontinue that. Oh my word. I think somebody up there at Stampin' Up! Has gone crazy is what I think. But anyway, that's beside the point. All right, one card down and one to go. You know what I might do? The dimensions and everything's the same for this one. So how would y'all feel, since we're already about 30 minutes in and we still got to do our drawing, how would y'all feel if I didn't cut the pieces for this one? it's identical to the one we just did. Make sure I get it the right way. And we're going to stamp across this piece. I might do something different than the hello. Maybe we'll do thank you on this one. This would be a beautiful thank you card, don't you think? Let's do thank you across this one. And I love, 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 love. I don't know if thank you will fit on that one. How about I like you? Let's do that one. That will definitely fit. I love the fonts on this stamp set. The Irresistible Blooms. These fonts are so pretty. And I love this. In fact, I've got another card that I'm going to be doing with this set. Probably for Tuesday's video, this coming Tuesday. Tomorrow's video is already posted and up and waiting to go live. Or not go live, but to actually, what do they call it? Broadcast, I guess. Hey, Carmina. Welcome in, honey. Oh my goodness, I was so excited to hear your good news yesterday. Was it yesterday that you texted me? Oh my word. I was crying. I was so happy. So, any of you that don't know Carmina, she has been battling, and I hope you don't mind me saying it. She's been battling cancer, and she got an all clear from her doctor, and we have been praying so hard for her to have a complete and full recovery from this awful disease, and praise God she did. I am so happy. So I'm going to come over a little bit further on this one because I think I'm going to try doing this just 3 times across, something like that. Yeah, you can pretty much pick and choose how you want your cards to be when you're making these. So you do you. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to, I don't know, I think I might put this one down all the way and then pop up my pinwheel. So let's just glue this down, or let's see if I got enough of Stampin' Seal to get through this one. It's starting to pull, so I think I'm almost out. Yeah, you can see the red. You see when you see the red, you know you're almost to the end of the roll. Oh, Tina, you are so welcome. I am just so glad that Randy was so wonderful in allowing me to do this, because I knew that everybody would like to make them. You've seen them all over my Facebook and also Mindless Crafting Facebook. So I knew with her posting them out there, everybody would love to know how to do these. I'm just happy that I was able to do it. We're going to put this pinwheel a little bit different. See, I'm going to put the 2 points pointing down. It gives it a different look. It really does give it looks more like a flower like this, and it looks more like a pinwheel like this. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on. That one didn't stick. You know why? I didn't take the backer off of it. I was wondering why that wasn't sticking. Neither one of them. Okay. That is much better. You know, it works a lot better when you take the backers off of your dimensionals. I still might pop another one up on each corner. So we know with this one we need to, pop a little bit more dimensions on it. So I'm going to do that. Instead of if y'all want me to, I'll put the one together that I did. I am. You know why? This one's not stitched. So if y'all don't mind hanging out with me for just a few minutes longer, we're going to put that other one together. I am going to choose, let's see if I got a scrap of Petal Pink. A scrap. I got lots of scraps, y'all. There we go. And I'm going to cut this down to 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And is everybody in agreement to hang out? We're going to hang out a little bit longer, and I'm going to show y'all how to do the last one. That one, I forgot I didn't use my stitchings on it, or the dies that have the stitching. And I think it looks so much prettier. I'm going to turn it that way because the edge of that paper is a little bit razzled. I like to cut those edges off since they're going in the trash anyway. And let's cut this one at 2 1/4. Oh, my smartwatch is getting smart with me and telling me I need to get up and move. Don't y'all hate it when your watch tells you need to move? Okay, Jennifer said everybody's in agreement that y'all don't mind hanging out for a little bit longer and watch me put one more together. I figure, you know, it don't hurt to see somebody do something twice. And like I said, all those dimensions are going to be, and if you don't have those dies, this particular set of dies, the stylish shape dies, just cut 1-inch squares. I love the way it looks with the dies though, because I think it makes them so pretty. All right, here's all my little squares. Remember, I spot stamped those. All right, we're going to line this back up right here in my mat. Let's grab a little bit more of that Stampin' Seal. I think I'm there now. Look at that. It's coming down to that little red mark. I think I've used up all my Stampin' Seal. Then I'm going to lay this here and here and there. This is probably the hardest part, is getting these pieces lined up. Once you get that done, the rest of it is easy peasy. So now we're just going to alternate between these pieces. So back to that corner. I'm going to grab a little glue. And remember, that first one, we're only going to put glue on this right-hand corner. Just right there. And stick it down. I love this textured sheet paper. I'm sad that it's going away. But there's a whole lot of things that are going away that's made me sad. But on the other hand, we got some really pretty stuff coming, so stay tuned. Wait until you see some of the new stuff. Us demonstrators are able to pre-order April the 4th, I believe. Alright, so I'm going to put that one down right there. Turn it. Now we're going to work on this corner. Glue it. And once you learn how to do these, you can't unlearn it. It's just, you just know it. So, once you get it, you got it. And then you'll be making these just like Randy. Oh, you got a square punch, Tina? Oh, good. Good, good, good. Yeah, you can punch them out faster than you can die cut them, actually. Okay, so we got that one down. Turn it a 1/4 inch or a 1/4 of a turn, and then just go in with your next piece. And put this down. Bella's down here snoring very softly, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear her, but she's sawing logs very gently. Oh, there she goes. She might get wound up now that I said something. Alright, we're going to put this one down right here. Tomorrow's video is going to be another quilt card, and it is stunning. It's the Ohio Star. The Star of Ohio, as I think is what it's called. So now we're going to put this one here on this corner. Just like that. Oh, I had two. I didn't realize I had two. That's right, but I remember I was talking and I cut one too many. So now the last one is going to go right in here, like that. So all we got to do is put our glue on it. Tuck it down in there, making sure you're squaring it up on that little corner right there. Mash it down. Put a little glue right here. Put that down. Mash everything out. We're ready to emboss. We're going to emboss this piece. And I think I'm going to do that same folder. Okay, it's right here. If y'all, y'all are only seeing this part of my desk. If you could see on both sides, oh my word. Oh my word. Yeah, she does, Jennifer. She definitely lives to eat and sleep. That's her two main things that she does. So, all right, so here's my embossing folder. Same thing, just drop it in, close it up. You're going to need your number 1 plate and your number 4 plate. Number 1 plate, embossing folder with your piece in it, your number 4 plate, and crank that bad boy through. Like I said, this Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is absolutely the best one that I have ever used, and I can tell you I have used quite a few embossing machines, but I love this one. Alright, let's go ahead and get our plates out of the way, and let's pull this off, and look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Look how pretty. And stamping that little bit of pink on that pink paper gave it some dimension as well. I know, Margie, I know. My babies, they're my life. Y'all know that. All right, this piece, like I said, I'm going to sit it down like that, but we're going to put one of these gold sequins on it because it's pretty. It's just pretty that way. So I'm going to bring my Take Your Pick tool back. I'm so glad they didn't get rid of this, because who could craft without their Take Your Pick tool? You get used to using this and it's like, oh my word. And look how that just sets it off once you put that little sequins right there in the middle, and it picks up the gold on that paper and the gold on our card. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this paper. So y'all need to go take a look at our last chance categories, and some of the stuff has been marked down, not everything, but some of it's been marked down 40%, 60%, 20, 40, and 60, I believe. I'm gonna put a Stampin' Dimension on each point, just to make sure that it's holding well. I use these things like they were water. I really do, but I love them. I love my Stampin' Dimensionals. Jennifer just told me, don't forget to take the backers off this time. I'm going to work on that right now, Jen. Let's do it with this, since we got so many to take off. These are sticky little boogers too. That one's off, that one's off. That one's not. And I think we got them all off. I always look to see if they're I can tell by looking at the back of them. I can't tell you how I know, but I can tell. All right, let's bring this card back over, and let's. Do I want to sit it down like that, or do I want to do it like that? Y'all tell me. Do we want to do it like this so it looks more like a flower? I think I am. I'm going to do it this way. What do y'all think? Before I actually adhere it. See, right now we can still lift it up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go like this. I think I'm gonna go like this, and I'm trying to get it. Let's see if we can measure and get this in the middle. Let's come up here so y'all can see. And I'm gonna say that this is my middle right here. So I'm gonna go right about like that. All right, we got it. I'm glad y'all agreed with me, because by the time Jennifer told me, I'd already got it down. But now all we got to do is put mats in these cards and stamp a sentiment, and our cards are done. But since I'm going to be giving these cards away, there's going to be 2 winners today, one for the blue one and one for the pink and pool party. So we're going to actually draw for the blue one first. When I send these to you, I will send them with mats inside. I will not glue them in for you. I'll leave them so you can put your mat in and stamp inside of it before you glue it down. Because, you know, once you glue it down, it's there. So those are our 2 cards. So let's go ahead and do our drawing. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to head off for lunch or whatever. I know for my people on the East Coast, we're looking at going on 1 o'clock. And if you haven't had lunch yet, you're probably very, very hungry. I know I am. So whenever Jennifer is ready... So you do like it? Okay, Jennifer said she is ready. Marlene, you were asking about the Stamparatus. Do you not have a Stamparatus? Because I would say if you don't, those things are going to sell out fast. At least I think they are. They did say at the bottom of the list that for the Stamparatus, any that are left over after the promotion period, they will go into the online store. I'm really, really hoping that that online store is going to be where they're going to sell it for the rest of the time, but I don't know that yet. All right, so let's go ahead and go for the blue one first, and the winner is Vivian. Welcome. Well, let's see. Let me find Vivian. Is this Vivian M? Okay. I thought it was, but I wanted to make sure. I was trying to find her on the chat. So Vivian, and I got your address, Vivian, so I know I can mail this out to you. And the next winner for this beautiful pink and pool party, I love these colors together. Oh, okay. Let me tell you, Marlene, that Stamparatus does 10 times what the Misty does. I got a Misty. I never use it, not since I got the Stamparatus, because it is my go-to. All right, Jen, if you're ready, we're ready for the next winner. Margie Ryan. Congratulations to Margie and Vivian. And I have both of y'all's addresses, so I don't need to get any addresses. I did my catalog mailing up this morning. I had to send it up by the 31st. I waited till the last minute because I was still waiting for people to let me know what they wanted a catalog. So I can tell you, let me switch over so I can talk to y'all face to face. Come on, come on. Get my little mouse going. There we go. Hey! Yes, congratulations to both of our winners. I'm so glad that I'm able to send out something. Now next week is going to be our prize drawing, so make sure you're here. And it won't be just a card, it will be a prize. So I will have a prize drawing. I might even send 2 prizes out. So stay tuned for that. I hope that everybody will be there for me. I hope y'all have enjoyed me doing the pinwheel. I didn't want to copy Randy's design, and I knew she had done the pinwheel, but she had not done anything with a slimline. And I was thinking, okay, how can I make it different? And the slimline just came to me, and I said, oh, that'd be so pretty. So let me see what I can design and come up with. And I love it. I thought it was so pretty. I hope you did. Let me give you a sneak peek for tomorrow. Here was my prototype. Wait a minute, I have 2 prototypes. This is going to be the card for tomorrow. This was the first one oh, y'all can't see that. This was the first one that I made. That's the Star of Ohio. And then I thought, no, I didn't like that one because you couldn't see the star as good, so I did it with dark. I did it actually with the grays and the blues from that paper pack we used just a minute ago called Sun Prints. And then for my recorded video, I used this one. And I loved it with the sweet sorbet and the pale papaya. I thought that was just stunning. I loved it. So I hope y'all will join tomorrow and see how to make the Star of Ohio. It was so much fun to do. Not hard. It was actually very easy. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and being here with me today. And oh, Vivian, you're so wonderful. Thank you so much. You're too sweet. I'm glad you feel that way. It warms my heart to know that y'all appreciate and love what I do. I do put a lot of work into what I do. You can ask Jennifer. She can attest to the time and the effort that I put in, the research that I put in, and how hard I work. I work here at my desk a good 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm usually in my craft room by 6 o'clock in the morning, and I usually don't go out until after 2, sometimes 3. So I put in nice long hard days. But oh, if you don't mind, can I tell you the difference between? Yes, I can, Diane. Let me show you. And I never mind doing a demo. When you get the Stamparatus, it doesn't come with this mat. It comes with a plain mat like this. That's your foam mat for using your photopolymer. You can upgrade and buy this mat that has a cleanable surface on it. It's also gridded so that you can line stuff up a lot easier. When you put it on here, you can't line it up. That's the reason I upgraded. The Stamparatus comes with 2 doors. You have a door that hooks here, one that hooks here. The good thing about these is both of these doors are, oh, y'all can't see me. Wait a minute. Let me flip y'all back down. Okay, that's much better, right? Okay, well, I was saying this mat here is the upgrade mat. This is the mat that comes with it, and you can see the difference. This one doesn't have grid lines on it. That's where your grid paper comes in, but they're discontinuing this too. So you will not be able to get this grid paper. So it's worth your while to get this mat. This mat takes the place of it. You can wipe the ink off of this with your stamp cleaner. So it's a wonderful addition. Here's the difference. I'm going to show you. Let me bring up a Misty. I usually don't do a one-on-one with an item like this that, you know, it's not stamping up. But here's a standard size Misty. The door does not come off. You can't use both sides of the door like you can this one. If you were stamping, my magnets attached to my my magnets attached to my my dies, and they didn't want to let go. If you're stamping like say a two-step stamp where you want to ink it in one color and then go back and ink it over with a different color, you can line up your stamp on your door, stamp your first one. You can take this out and turn it over and have a stamp on this side and come back, and you don't have to move your stamp every time. So that's one advantage to this one. The other advantage is open on one end. So if you've got a larger piece of paper, you can bring that piece of paper all the way out. The Misty limits you because it has this lip and it only goes to here. So you are limited to what size paper you can put in it. So that's one of the limitations to the Misty. The fact that the doors doesn't come off, you can't flip it around. Those are the major issues. If you were stamping where you wanted to stamp thanks, 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 thanks all the way down, you could line your stamp up over top of your paper with your door in like this, with your stamp here, stamp it down, lift it up and come down 1 notch, stamp it again, lift it up, come down 1 more notch and stamp it again, and you can do that all the way down the front of your card. I've done cards and showed that, how to do that. These are the major differences in the Stamparatus and the Misty, the major differences. You do have a place on the back to park your magnets. It comes with 2 very, very strong magnets. The only disadvantage, and it's slight, with the Stamparatus, you do not want to let your magnets kiss each other because they kiss so hard they will shatter. My first set of magnets I bought, I broke them initially. As soon as I used it, my magnets clanked together and I broke them. I taped them together and used them for a while, and then I finally did buy me another set of magnets for this. With this discontinued, or what I'm thinking is going to be discontinued, I can't wait to hear back from Stampin' Up! As to what their plans are. And like I said, I'm hoping they'll get enough of complaints of people. There are some people, the other thing that's an advantage to having a tool like this, if you don't want to use blocks, you can just use your Misty. You can use this as a big block and just use it like that. So you don't have to invest into a bunch of stamp blocks. Now I have the stamp blocks and I've got them in different sizes and probably 3 of each one because I do demos and things like that, so I needed them. But for the average stamper, you wouldn't need but 1 set. The other advantage to having a stamp positioning tool is just the simple fact, and you could do that on a Misty. When you stamp something and it's not clear, you can go back and stamp it as many times as necessary to get that depth of color that you're looking for. So, oh, you're back, Randy. Welcome back. So those are the advantages to the Misty over, I mean, the Stamparatus over the Misty. And like I said, I know this is my first time I think I've ever compared a product. I usually will say other stamping platforms. But like I said, I've had my Misty back even before I started a YouTube channel. I had this because a stamping platform is something every crafter needs. But I will tell you, this one far exceeds my expectations every way possible. So if you don't have one and you're in the market for one, I say go get one now. They're not reduced in price. They did not reduce the price of them. They're still $49, but it will be the best $49. I had a person that I don't even know that placed an order for one this morning, and I don't know if she's a subscriber. I don't know my subscribers unless y'all are in my chat or you leave a comment under my videos. That's how I get to know y'all. So it's always important for y'all to yeah, Randy, I totally agree. I love my Stamparatus. There's a time for the Stamparatus, and I use mine a lot, and y'all know that. But there's also a time just to have a block, like today. Doing this, I would have found it hard to do this with the Stamparatus because you'd had to move things around so much. But, you know, and doing a simple little stamp across a piece of cardstock. And Randy, I don't know if you saw the cards I finished, but here's the finished cards. Margie won that one, and Vivian won this one. And those are my two Slimlines with your beautiful little pinwheel in it. So cute. Thank you so much for the... Oh, you're welcome, Diane. You're more than welcome. Anytime that you need something like that explained, just call me, shoot me a text or whatever, and I'll do a video on it. I never mind doing that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out so us East Coast people can go grab us some lunch because I'm starving. I think I ate a banana earlier today, and that's all I've ate all day. So I am definitely ready to go grab me a little bite of lunch. And congratulations to my winners. I've got your names right here so I don't forget whose card goes to who. So Vivian and Margie. So congratulations to both of y'all. Let me flip y'all back over so I can tell you bye properly. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, for being a part of my crafty family. Y'all know I love you. You mean the world to me, and I could not do what I do if I didn't have great subscribers like y'all, customers like you. Y'all mean the world to me. So spread the word. If you want to share my video, I would love it. Give me thumbs up, please. Those thumbs up and comments mean the world because it lets other people know that somebody likes what I do. And then YouTube says, oh, wait a minute, she got a lot of likes on that. Let's push her videos out there so more people will see them. That's how my channel grows. So thanks so much. God bless and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you say and do bring glory to our Lord and Savior, Jesus. He paid it all, and we owe a gratitude of debt. And how we can pay that, we really can't. But we can draw close to Him, live for Him, love Him, and love one another. So God bless and keep you. Until next time, mwah, I love you folks so much. Bye-bye.